So, like I say, some Filipinos and basically some black people, people of Africa, and some Yankee people thought they could take over the world. And like I said, they thought they could take over financially or some way. They tried everything. They tried biological contamination to poison people. They tried investing in the newest idea, which is radiation. And they tried to do some other stuff, market whatever, market financial kiting or whatever. Like I said, I invented the DeLorean. I invented, I wanted the DeLorean. I put all my money into DeLorean. Not all my money, but some of my money into DeLoreans. They sold so well. They came out originally in like 1920 or 1930, and they sold ridiculously well. People loved them. Compared to the old boxy look, people loved the new futuristic style of because we had the Renault line, which were these boxy cars, and then we came out with the DeLorean, and it was hailed as the first supercar. And we had and I had like the upgraded body and a couple different kinds. Like you could get the upgraded body in a 4-cylinder or whatever, and to be the same price as upgraded, because the same amount of metal or whatever. But mostly and there was also a metal body with the V6, or I think there might have been a supercharged version of it, and it was basically like the before Lamborghini. Anyway, though, so basically I was the largest manufacturer of cars. Like people loved my DeLoreans or my cars basically, which Renault made, and I used the metal from. But they might have even made some aluminum body DeLoreans, but they didn't. It didn't sell. They degraded. I only made a few of each. A few of each, and then once we got a good design, I made extra parts and stuff, a few extra parts. But not too many. And then anyway, though, then we came out with the Lamborghinis as the upgraded DeLorean. So, like I said, the DeLorean is like 1920 actually, or 1930. It's a really old car actually. It's like a 50 or 80-year-old car. And it was so old that the other cars actually rusted out or all got smashed. So there's only like the few DeLoreans left that survived, which isn't very many. And of course their spare parts, which we did complete lines of spare parts or whatever. And they just kind of put them away in the thing because the Lamborghini was a huge success and was anyway, people loved them basically. It was a really good time and people loved the Lamborghinis. So anyway, at some point in time, Yankees and some people from Yale and some other people and some black people, they at some point in time, they see the future, or they know what the future is going to be like, and they basically make a mass run into Germany and into England. They basically like mass, like go for it or something like that. And they do all this stuff like, and they come in to try and scare people and stuff like that. And it's filmed, and then they make a run towards women. And they basically, it's a bunch of white people acting stupid at first, and it's actually black people or whatever. Anyway, it comes out that it's black people, of course, and we start targeting, and there's a couple like mega pieces of shit out there. Anyway, and they're basically, all of Africa is basically running into Germany and Europe, which is the most advanced and technically superior country. And basically they want to shoot people, kill people. Anyway, we evacuate to America, and then we come back and reinforce and take back our country of Germany, basically from the black people or whatever, from the invaders, and resecure it, and come in, and then black people or Africans basically bomb the shit out of it to try and kill everyone, or that happens at some point in time, basically. Anyways, JFK, it's some black people, and we just tick them off and kill them because, I'm Lucifer Star. Back when people didn't put much stock in aircraft, I was investing huge into aircraft, and basically, I had this old, with the V2 rockets, I had a steam catapult that I used to launch my V2 rockets from. And I thought, well, I'm going to put it on a ship. and I can launch it. And that was hugely successful and worked really well. And then eventually, that becomes the first aircraft carrier, and we put brakes on the aircraft. And eventually, like most people don't think that a tank can be stopped, but most tanks aren't really bulletproof. They're really bullet resistant. They use normal steel or they're crap steel or something like that, and we have like armor-piercing shell-proof tanks at the same time, but we don't sell those to people. We keep those for ourselves. It's just the normal steel tanks, and most tanks that actually produce in bulk are actually like amphibious tanks and stuff like that. So basically, when and pretty much like my engineers and designers know what's going on, so they make sure that the invaders, they don't build the really good stuff for the people that are invading, which are the black pieces of shit, and some other Yale or Harvard people, which are basically invading the country. And so we roll out with our fewer number tanks, which are actually superior and actually can take on an armor-piercing round and basically shrug it off like, what are you doing shooting that at me? It just goes boom. It uses like, I think we use like a hardened steel thing and then a steel thing or something. There's something with it to the armor, because cast iron does something, but it shatters. And then we have another thing. So we do like a mixture, like it's like a couple different steel plates all put together, and it'll stop an armor-piercing round pretty well. So we have those tanks. We don't have very many of them. We have, I build those tanks. We build those tanks just for us. And so this is all going down, and they're trying to get our better tanks or something like that. And it's basically just war, and pretty much it's basically just like 12,000 people or 120,000 people rushing basically my country. And we evacuate the women and children, and then we basically go back into Germany and France, and like, stop. And we basically stop them, I think. Like I said, my people all know, like I said, I film the battles, I do investigations, I rely on reliable people to get my information, and every move I make is like a chess game, just like with my car manufacturing, and then we film the attacks to show exactly what we did and everything else like that. We rely on truth, justice, and the American way, or which is actually like the British-German way, and the Chinese way. Truth, honesty, respect, loyalty, and honor. The big things. I'm Lucifer, but I'm a pretty great guy. So I'm an inventor and a leader, and like I said, mostly I manufacture cars and aircraft and stuff like that. And I found myself in a wartime situation, and we had to get through it. So, along with DeLoreans and everything else, I also saved the world. And we also did antibacterial and also medical, dental, and also anti-germ warfare and chemical warfare things. Like I said, we test and stuff. Just like the car industry, it's all the same. Everything we do is about the same. So anyway, this black guy these people wanted to rape the Queen, and he wanted to rape everyone in the world, and like JFK was on board, or Nixon was on board with that, and they were using like some port from Africa or something, and basically it was me, Germany, and like some Chinese or German or Japanese people. We're all together in this. We feed people, we help people. And as I fed and helped people, I gained strength and gained power, and gained loyal supporters. It's empire, it's all of us together. So I was just a really rich person that really did a lot of great things and really helped people a lot. And in the end, I own 800 galaxies out there in the universe. So anyway, yeah, it was epic.